another Wednesday installment of the Blue Hub Highlights, proudly sponsored by Blue Hub Nutrition. They're located at 1116 Old Las Casas Road, right across from the Murphy Center. Stop on by to fuel up with their Herbalife teas, shakes, muffins, and protein balls, all crafted to help you stay energized and ready to perform. They're open Monday through Saturday, so be sure to follow Blue Hub Nutrition on Instagram and Facebook at Blue Hub Nutrition, and stop by, support a local favorite. And of course, thanks to you, the viewer, for tuning into today's episode. Great win for the Lady Raiders on Sunday against the Memphis Tigers. We've got all the highlights for you. We'll talk a lot about Kirston Ver Hulst and her new confidence found on Sunday. Of course, Blair was a big impact player. Yuhan scoring herself a season high of 20 points. And then how did Macie impact this game with her 9-9 performance? All that and so much more. So without further ado, let's get into that action. Something said by Blair in last week's loss to Belmont post-game presser. She said that for them to avoid the slow starts, they have to get the ball down low to the post. And you'll see on this very first possession here, they waste no time doing that. Blair gets it on the low block, hits a tough contested fadeaway there. And just like that, the Lady Raiders are on the board first, but it doesn't stop right there. Later in the first, Yuhan's going to get it on the wing. She's going to find Blair down low, but this is why it's huge. Not just for Blair to score the ball, but because she draws defenders. And you can see Yuhan's defender leaves her as she drifts to the corner. Blair finds her wide open, and she knocks down the three, and it's a 5-0 ball game. And that's not it. It also starts here with Blair drawing the double team, this time allowing Yuhan to go down the baseline for the left-handed layup. And then once again, getting it down low in the post here in the second quarter. She draws the weak side defender over. You're going to see Macie in the wing. You're going to see Emily Monson in the corner wide open, but you don't need me to tell you that because Blair knows that. If she's triple team, that means someone's got to be open, and Emily Monson knocks down that big three-pointer. Now, as I teased at the beginning, a new development here for Kirston Ver Hulst, getting a lot more minutes at the point guard position, and she had some confidence on Sunday. You'll see here on this possession, she gets downhill, gets fouled, and she's going to hit 2 free throws. She, on this side, makes it happen for herself, getting a defensive rebound. But more importantly, like I said, she has the confidence to drive the floor, doesn't pull it out, doesn't pick up her dribble. She gets fouled, hits the bucket, and one. Then on this other possession, she's going to get another defensive rebound that just kind of finds herself in a 1-on-2, but she has the confidence, gets downhill, doesn't look for the foul, but she seeks the contact and hits the hard layup. And just like that, again, the ladies are up by 10 in the second, and that confidence is what they need out of that point guard position, and she takes such good care of the basketball. Here later in the second half, she denies a screen up top by Macie, but gets downhill and gets the foul. Super impressed with who Kirston has turned into at the point guard position, not again from the confidence sake, but she takes good care of the basketball. So there's a lot to be excited about that development, and certainly a story I'm going to be looking for as we move forward. But before we get into more second half action, are you feeling festive? You need to go down to Blue Hub Nutrition and pick up a Holly Jolly tea from Blue Hub. It's got raspberry, pomegranate liftoff, watermelon, and berry all coming together for the perfect winter pick-me-up. So once again, thanks to Blue Hub Nutrition for sponsoring today's highlights, and make sure to visit them at 1116 Old Las Casas Road and follow their socials on Instagram and Facebook at Blue Hub Nutrition. Let's get back into this second half action. Yuhan had herself a takeover in the second half of this game, playing a lot more two guard as of late, receiving more minutes, and she made the best of it this Sunday. Here she's going to get a high ball screen from Blair, gets downhill with a nice, tough left-handed layup, and that wouldn't be it from her. Like I said, playing two guard, but in some of these highlights, you're going to see she's the primary ball handler. Nice contested shot there, bucket and the foul. As you can see there on the screen, they were over of their last 4, but that one right there puts them up 7, and her free throw gives them 8. She's going to draw some attention there, leaving Blair wide open for the up and under layup. That's, again, where Yuhan playing her game is helping her other teammates get open. Yuhan finds another bucket down here with a hesitation. Nice left-handed layup there, and the ladies are up by 13 early in the fourth quarter. A play from the fourth quarter I wanted to highlight. This team is scrambling for a loose ball, and it finds itself to Blair. Blair's pass gets tipped here, but she doesn't give up on the play. It's going to be a 3-on-2 break, but Blair sets up there in the lane, takes the charge, and just like that, it's a turnover. And Blair, easily a play that she could have just given up on, but she stays in it, takes the charge, and gives the ball back to her team. But back to more ball movement and Blair fancy footwork highlights. Savannah finds her there off that sideline inbound, splits the two defenders with the right hand. Great showing from her, and you can expect a lot more of that this year. Another topic of discussion for this team is their ability to break the full court press, and I've compiled some of these highlights here to really showcase how much better this team is getting at that, although they struggled at times on Sunday. But in this possession, AC breaks the press and finds Macie wide open in the corner. She has an option to shoot the open three early, but she decides to take the baseline and go for the layup. She misses it, follows her own shot, and she does get the putback to go in, and she gets fouled. That's a huge play for Macie and her confidence later in the game. You're going to see the situation a lot. Again, half-court trap. Macie finds herself in the corner wide open. She decides that she can either shoot this three, but that defender's going to roll to pick her up and leave Blair with a one-on-one situation, who has been relatively unstoppable this year. Here's why that's huge. Later in this game, it's a 7-point ball game. Memphis is trying to find some level of momentum. They're going to break this half-court trap once again, getting over Savannah and Macie, and look at this very similar situation once again. Macie in the corner, and she's faced with trying to get the ball to Blair and being a true triple threat here. She can shoot, she can drive, she can give it up. Well, Blair's drawing the double team attention. Macie takes the baseline and the layup, and the ladies go up by 9 and essentially puts that game away, and they are the winners on a tough, hard-fought win. A lot to be happy about, and take from this game as you go on the road this Sunday to face another potential NCAA tournament team in Southern Indiana, which will be huge for the ladies to pick that one up. And of course, next week they've got the home matchup with Auburn, so you want to make sure that you're there. Plenty of tickets are still available for you to purchase for there. But that's all we got for today's Blue Hub highlights. I appreciate you, the viewer, for tuning in today. If you're not already following us at Blue Raider Pod on our Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and of course our X/Twitter. And if you're listening to us on YouTube at Blue Raider Pod, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss another one of our episodes. And of course, our Wednesday Blue Hub highlights, proudly sponsored by Blue Hub Nutrition. Some major news for the Blue Raider podcast coming forward in January. I can't spoil anything for you just yet, but you do not want to miss that. So make sure you're subscribed to all of our channels so you don't miss that big announcement when it comes to us in January. But thanks again for tuning into today's episode. And until next time, go Blue.